What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and we are hearing that President Joe Biden is taking into consideration some new executive actions to help out everybody in the nation, and it might shock you. I'm going to share with you the latest. This is your breaking news, stimulus check update, and stimulus package update. Now, take a look at the headlines that have been coming out. Pressure is building on Biden to turn to executive action despite limits and risks. And for those of you that have been following me here on the channel, this comes as no surprise. We've been hearing for quite a while now that it's very likely that if Congress cannot get something done, the president is going to bypass them and do executive orders and executive actions. Now, as this article reads, despite its limits and risks, that is because Congress holds the power of the purse. Only Congress can issue out new funds. However, the president does have the legal authority, the power to repurpose and reallocate existing unused funds. And as you know, we're hearing that there's over $800 billion of leftover previous stimulus package funds just sitting there, unused, untouched in accounts that he can reallocate and repurpose. And it's been done before. Former President Donald Trump, during his presidency, he reallocated existing FEMA funds to enhance unemployment benefits through the LWA program. And they're saying President Biden, he's likely going to be doing something similar to this if Congress doesn't get something done soon. Now, take a look. We've heard there's actually a laundry list of executive actions that he's probably going to be doing right before elections. The first of which we're hearing is going to be wiping out $10,000 of student loan debt per borrower. He actually ran his campaign on this, a promise that would be fulfilled. We're still waiting to see if it's going to get done. Well, Democrats are saying this is going to be the first on that list of items that they have, and progressives, they provided him a laundry list saying, please get these done to help out the American people and kind of help out Democrats in these upcoming midterm elections. Take a look, you guys. They've actually been saying this for quite some time. This is back in March. White flag. 3 reasons why progressives' executive order push is striking. They're saying they're throwing in the towel, realizing right away we're not going to get anything done in Congress. Listen, the traditional means of getting 60 votes in the Senate out of the 100 senators, not going to happen. Even the process of reconciliation, just a majority vote, getting 50 of the 100 seats to vote in favor of passing something, not going to happen because the Democrats right now, they can't get those moderate centrist Democrats, Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, on board. So progressives, being led by Pramila Jayapal, are saying, listen, just do executive actions and orders. Here's the list. President Joe Biden, just start issuing these out, get things done, and make sure that voters, they see this, because right now, Democrats, we're not looking too good in these polls, and neither are you, President Joe Biden, so please get some things done right away. Now, if that name sounds familiar, Pramila Jayapal, it's because she's the head of the Progressive Caucus in the House of Representatives, and she's actually the one that's been pushing for $2,000 stimulus checks. Take a look, you guys. This from her official site, a press release from last year. Jayapal, Tlaib, they introduced a bill to deliver reoccurring payments for pandemic relief, immediately provide $2,000 stimulus checks to every person in the nation to provide relief, followed by $1,000 reoccurring monthly payments. And Pramila Jayapal, she has been pushing for this along with Bernie Sanders and other Democrats, saying, listen, President Joe Biden, you can't promise the American people $2,000 checks and then not deliver on your promises. You need to step up, issue out executive actions and orders. Well, you guys, there's a new one that's being added to the list. This just coming out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Biden administration weighs extraordinary action to make your mortgage cheaper. And that's right. They're trying to address the housing crisis that we're currently experiencing. And right now, we're hearing a recession is on the way. Interest rates are going up. Housing prices are out of control. It's starting to slow slightly. But we've also got all of this exacerbated with the war in Russia and Ukraine, record high food and gas prices, and 41-year high inflation, supply chain issues. Oh yeah, and we're still in the middle of the pandemic. So an assortment of different things, and we're hearing that the list of executive actions and orders is getting longer. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest on this particular one with housing. Now, also, if you are interested in real estate and what's going on, how to make the best moves during this time, take a look at my second channel. I'm actually going to be releasing a series of short videos, 1 minute long at the most, to give you some helpful tidbits of information. I'm going to release this one every day over the course of the next week. I might do some more as well to help out people at this time. That's on my Steve Ram Finance channel. If you're interested, I will pin a comment down below. Click the link, go subscribe, check them out. If you appreciate the content here, watching those ones, liking them will help me out as well. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. They're only a minute long, so So I hope that they're informative and entertaining. But you guys, let's dive into the latest on this new executive action for real estate mortgages. Now, before we dive in, if you do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything going on, don't forget to take a quick second to smash that like button. Helps me out a ton with the channel. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. I'll let you know everything going on. All you got to do is take a quick second, smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and keep an eye out for that comprehensive list of all checks on all levels so you don't miss out on anything. Gonna get you all stimulus checks from states, cities, and counties because they're only available for a limited amount of time, and in many cases you have to apply. I'm going to make sure that you don't miss out on these, because if you do, they just go back to the federal government and you miss the money. I'm going to make sure to keep you up to date. But with that being said, you guys, let's dive into this article and get you caught up on the latest on executive actions to help reduce the costs on mortgage. All right, so link in the description below to this article that just recently came out. I always cite my sources, put them on the screen, read right from them, and link them in the description so you know it's the latest. And let me know your thoughts on this particular executive action that's being proposed. Should the president do this? Should he do something else? What about those $2,000 stimulus checks, Social Security increases, wiping out the student loan debt, or those child tax credits? What should be on the list? What do you think is going to make it? Are they going to get these done? Well, take a look at this article, you guys. Biden administration weighs extraordinary action to make mortgages cheaper. The Biden administration may trim mortgage costs for new and low-income home buyers in a move to make home buying more accessible. Industry officials are asking the Federal Housing Administration, or the FHA, to cut premiums it charges for loans that they insure by $50 to $70 a month per buyer. So if you have an FHA loan, you could see that mortgage drop by $50 to $70 if this gets implemented. Though some analysts say that the federal agency is unlikely to make such deep cuts. Biden's move to make home buying more affordable have so far centered on easing constraints on home supplies, which can drive up the costs. And the U.S. is about 2 million houses short, says Duncan, chief economist at Fannie Mae, to Bloomberg. Now, last month, the Federal Reserve raised its key interest rates by 0.75 of a point. It's the largest hike in nearly 3 decades. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell suggested that another 0.75 point hike was possible at the Fed's next meeting later this month, according to the Associated Press. Now, borrowing costs across the U.S. rose sharply after rate hikes, with the average 30-year mortgage rate clearing 6%, the highest level that it's been at since before the 2008 financial crisis, and up 3% from just the start of the year. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts. We could see this added to the list of executive orders and actions that we're hearing will likely take place here very soon, right before these midterm elections. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that this would be enough to help out those that have mortgages on homes? Would it need to be more? Should they not do this at all and focus the money and attention on other things? Let me know your thoughts. Now, also, a little bit of insight into the real estate market. As I mentioned, I'm a real estate investor, flip houses, do rentals. I've created financial freedom through real estate investing, and nobody has a crystal ball. But again, I'm willing to share with you some of my insights, my thoughts on this, and I think we're going to be seeing some swinging back and forth. I would not be surprised to hear the Federal Reserve announce here very soon that they're likely going to be pausing interest rate increases or even decreasing them, because the last thing that they want is to cause a recession. And if we hear word of recession, which we're hearing right now, that could cause them to rethink some of their actions. We will see. And again, check out that series on my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to get more insight on that. But you guys, that is the latest on new executive actions. So there you have it, you guys. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to take a quick second. Smash that like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Leave your comments. Share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's free. Why not? Join the Ram fam. Just takes a second. Smash that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions, hop onto Instagram. Shoot me a DM at SteveRam3. That is the one best place to get a hold of me. Here on YouTube, there are scammers. On Instagram, I've got impersonators, SteveRam3. Reach out to me if you got any questions, and keep an eye out for that comprehensive list planning to release it this month of all stimulus checks from cities, states, and counties that are only available for limited amounts of time to those that are eligible. And if you miss out, you miss the money. It goes back to the federal government. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen to any of my viewing community. Stay tuned. Keep an eye out for that list. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.